Here we are.
Yes.
Fuck. Let me get comfortable for this one.
Okay.
Shit.
All right. Get in my spot, my zone.
Appreciate that you're here for moral support on the actual shit show that is my channel.
Word. That's what I'm here for.
So, hey, I don't really know how to start this video other than saying we're gonna be as fair and open and honest and transparent as we possibly can.
That's a good way to start.
We don't have good news. And a lot of you guys have been asking me what's going on with baby daddy. I hate saying that. I don't really know how else.
You're stuck. You've been using it.
I used it one time 5 months ago, and here we are. We're stuck with it. Because I don't want to say his name. I don't want to put that out there. But
that's solid.
A lot of you guys are asking me, and it's difficult to go through things like this on the internet.
Yeah.
So for us, we just move past hard things. We work through things together. But when you have to explain to people or you feel the need to share, it's like, whoa, okay, this is difficult. None of that makes sense, probably.
It's difficult because you want to try to articulate it and communicate in a fair, even fashion, presenting the truth in like a non-biased way.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult when all you're hearing is the side what we're giving you.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
I think we know that, kind of aware of that.
There is two sides to everything, you know, and I always want to be as fair as possible. We see things from our side, though.
But in all fairness, they are watching our side on your channel, so yeah.
The Ride or Die crew knows
absolutely
our heart, knows, you know, that we try to do things with integrity.
Yeah.
With all of that rambly shit being said,
Yep.
let's just get into the update.
Okay, give them that update.
So where did we leave off?
I don't know. Did we
I don't watch my old videos.
Did we talk about him actually getting out?
Oh, no.
We didn't, so you may want to give that update. So, since the last video that this topic was brought up, Micah's, whatever, that we're going to tar him.
Biological father.
Yes, has gotten out of prison. So it was a little earlier than I think that Jessica or I had expected. It was actually kind of a surprise. You could tell them how that story happened.
So I was talking to my friend Kyle, who, shout out to you. What's up?
Go Kyle, for getting it together.
Yeah, so our friend Kyle, this has nothing to do with it, but I was talking to Kyle, who struggled with addiction. He's been sober 1.5 years. It was actually a turning point in his life when he overdosed and was on life support for about a week.
Yeah.
About a week, and that was really difficult for me to have to witness and be by his side during that very hard time, but now he is sober. He called me from this random Arkansas number, and he's a truck driver now. So I'm so proud. I'm so proud of Kyle. So he called me from this random Arkansas number that I hadn't saved in my phone. He's like, oh, I got bad service, let me call you back. So I'm like, cool. Maybe 5 minutes later, I get a video chat from a random 479 number, and I wasn't paying attention. I just hit swipe. I walked away. I'm like, hold on a second, Kyle. I gotta get a hoodie because I was leaving to go get Micah. And I came back to the phone and it was not Kyle. It was an Asian man. I was like, whoa, you're not Kyle. And I was just shocked. I had no idea what to say. My heart stopped and I was just like a deer in headlights. I was not expecting it. I did not know. It was just one of those things where it was like, whoa. He got my phone number because I gave him my phone number like a year ago and I said, when you get out, call me. You know?
We'll go from there.
Yeah. We'll go from there. And he did, and I was so shocked that I was shaking when I went to pick up Micah, because now it's a situation where we did talk about it. She knew that Reese was not her biological dad, but now I have to tell her this person would like to talk to you. It
got real fast.
Yeah.
And I think for us, we always discussed this topic in this time. And it always felt like one of those things that was always kind of far out there.
Yeah, that thing
that will happen.
Yeah.
And it just kind of happened randomly one day. You know, we weren't keeping track of time. We thought we had a few more months maybe, and because of the way release dates work in Arkansas, and then it was there.
Yeah, so. Not only the release dates work strangely in that he could have gotten out this year or next year, he could have got released early. He is also an immigrant. So because he does not have his papers, and I don't know the exact terminology with it, he is from Laotia. I was assuming that ICE would hold him for 90 days to determine whether or not the country would accept him. That was accelerated. They didn't hold him at all. I don't know like the process. I don't know if they call the country. I know Mexico will accept you if you're here illegally. You go back to Mexico. They don't accept you back if you're from Laos. So because of that, they just released him. So I thought we had a lot more time than we had.
Thought you were gonna get a little more warning.
Yeah. I thought someone would let me know that he was out. That didn't happen either. So the first conversation with Micah, we talked to her separately.
Yep. Yeah, because you let me know at work. You sent me a text that that had happened.
Yeah.
So I think that, what was it, the next day? It was like a Friday, wasn't it?
It was a Friday.
Yeah, and then the Saturday came after, and you had somewhere to go, and you requested that I take some time and try to speak to Micah directly about it, because obviously you had discussed it when you picked her up from school, and to kind of get a read on her and how she was feeling and kind of how she was digesting the situation, and I think it went well. And then, I think I tried to sum up when I talked to Micah after you had, asked me to, when I was really trying to make sure that she walked away feeling good. I just had to reassure that nothing was going to change. Yeah. She was going to stay with us, because we know that she struggled a little bit with being exchanged when she was younger, coming to live with her mom and then me from her foster parents, and just trying to let her, have that feeling that she had some stability in her life, that mom and dad, me and Jessica were not going anywhere. She was not leaving. Nothing was going to change. And I believe you'd kind of asked me to talk to her about maybe getting on the phone with him, because she told you she didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I told her, hey, could you at least do us a favor? Get on the phone with him. We know that you don't want to, but just try it out. Just try it out. See what happens. There aren't really any expectations. All you have to say is hi.
Yeah.
You just say hi, and then you want to get off, that's okay. And I think that she kind of warmed up to that idea.
So at first, we just wanted that initial, just say hi.
Yeah.
And then there were days where he would call, and she'd be really excited to talk to him.
Yeah, I would come home, and she would tell me, when I got home, hey, I talked to my other dad today.
Yeah.
And she was excited, so I asked, about what, and she really was. She was kind of warming up to the idea slowly but surely. Yeah.
Micah is like an onion. You got to peel her back very slowly.
Yep.
She's a lot like me. Mm-hmm. So after the first initial hi, she said, okay, I'd like to talk to him maybe a little bit, but not tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we did it in her own time at first.
Correct.
And it was going okay.
She even got to where she would ask.
She would ask to call him, yeah. And that was really cool. I wanted it to be a fun experience for her. I wanted it to not be weird. I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable. I wanted her to want to. And as the time got closer for us to visit Arkansas, the calls decreased and then stopped. So he has not called in over a month now. And as we got closer and closer to going to Arkansas, we kept asking Micah, would you like to see him? Would you like to maybe just get lunch with him? And she said no every time.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, it's up to you. And I wanted the ball to be in her court. If she didn't want to see him, we were not going to take her. We were not going to make her feel uncomfortable. And I said, we could all go, or just Micah, just mommy and Micah could go, just daddy and Micah could go, anything to make her feel comfortable, we were willing to do. But she just said no every time.
Yeah, and that's okay. Yeah. And I think that, what were the 2 requirements that you set forth when you talked to him to begin with about how to start this thing out? I mean, because technically he could have had to go through all the hoops and get over the hurdles that Jessica did, that the court required her to. Yeah. She had to fight tooth and nail. It was tough.
I want to talk about that.
Yep.
I'm so glad you said that. He's just here to help me because my memory is trash. No, but I had to fight like crazy. I had to do classes, psychological evaluations, child abuse testing. I had to do hair follicle testing. I had to drive 4 hours to see her for 2 hours, drive home 4 hours, have a job that could pay the bills and with a little bit extra to spare. And they wanted to make sure they knew my income and where my expenses were. I had to have a car. She had to be in an approved daycare. It was a lot. So the only 2 requirements that I said were call when you say you're gonna call. Don't smoke meth. That's it. We don't want money from him.
Yep.
We don't want anything other than for him to be happy, healthy, and to do what he says he's gonna do. Which means right now, call when you say you're gonna call. And I did mention, to be fair, because I took her out of the state of Arkansas, I would pay for travel expenses if he did want to come up here and visit her, if Michael wanted to. I even took it a step further to help this situation be easier and help us.
I feel like there was a whole lot of fairness going on this side of the fence. Yeah, for sure.
I wanted it to be a happy, not codependent. I wanted it to be a happy co-parent relationship, and I wanted all of us to be happy and comfortable with that.
And we kind of had an idea, like we talked about, what that would look like in phases and steps, you know. Little bits at a time. Obviously, no unsupervised, visitations, but they could phone chat. There could be a trip for him to come up here or for us to go down there when we were actually in state, where he could get some time face to face as long as we were there. And then, there obviously were some discussions we had about some extra requirements if we wanted to move past that. And we didn't even get that far.
He just abruptly stopped calling. And to be fair to him, I will say that I said something that probably upset him, but it was something that I had to deal with also. And that thing is, I told him Micah does not want to call you dad. She didn't want to say that. It made her feel uncomfortable. And when I was going to see Micah, she didn't call me mom. She called the foster parents mom. And that was just something that I had to just choke up. I had to choke it back because it hurt, but at the same time, I saw the long game. I am what's best for my daughter. I know she needs to be with me, and it's okay. I was okay with it. As much as it stung. That bothered him. And I just want...
let me ask, because I don't know. I didn't really ask her much. And did he kind of push that on her in the discussions? He really was laying it on thick with the dad, call me dad kind of stuff? Okay.
Called himself daddy. And that was a title that took you 3 years to earn.
Yeah, Micah did not call me daddy for a long time. She called me Reese. Yeah.
I found an old card that we gave you for Valentine's Day. It said to Reese. Yeah, and it just made me remember, because she's been calling you daddy for 3 years now. But so it's just normal to us now, but that's not how it started. You had to earn that title.
Correct.
And trust is a big thing for Micah.
It is.
Confidence is a big thing for Micah.
It is.
We do struggle, but
I think we did everything as parents on our side to support that budding or new relationship that he was wanting to have or said he wanted to have. If we would not have built her confidence up, reassured her that everything was going to be okay, he probably wouldn't even gotten as far as he got.
Yes.
If we just asked her one day, do you want to talk to mommy's old friend from Arkansas? She probably would have said no. So we did everything we could to make sure that she felt comfortable moving forward, that she was aware that it was her decision and we were okay with whatever she wanted to decide.
I think it's really important here to highlight how we speak about him.
Yes, it's true.
I would never bash him in front of her. I don't think I'm bashing him now, but I would never do that. I want her to decide. My relationship with him and my past with him doesn't matter at all. My baby's opinion matters, and that's her decision to make. So I wanted to approach her in a very gentle way, and I just wanted it to be fun. You have this other family that loves you and just wants to get to know you, and they're so great. They can make the best pho, girl, ever. They can make the best chicken wings and sticky rice, and they're so great. And his family is great, but he has a lot of work to do.
He does.
He has a lot of work to do. He abruptly stopped calling because the dad conversation didn't go the way that he wanted it to go. He also is not in communication with his other kids. That is information that I have been fed by his family. I think he's so down on himself from starting with nothing and being in prison for 8 years. So, just to talk about that a little bit, he probably has PTSD and he's struggling. And I understand that. There are going to be a lot of challenges when you leave prison. And you have to respond correctly, or you could just choose to play pool and drink beer with your friends.
We have to embrace the challenges as they come.
And salute that struggle.
And a lot of it is holding yourself accountable for your own successes and failures. If something doesn't go wrong, it's probably your fault. If something goes right, it's probably something you did. You should make that decision and do it again. It's not really complicated, but I say this in all regard because I think it applies to a lot of things. It's simple, but not easy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And, you know, right now he seems, well, I haven't spoken to him in a month. The calls abruptly stopped. But when we were talking, he seemed very woe is me, you know, and I tried very hard to encourage him because I had less than he has right now. I had to borrow shoes to get to my job that paid $7 an hour. I was fighting to even be to have the chance to be in my daughter's life. I was starving, quite literally. I didn't have food. I didn't have money. And
didn't I catch you eating some cup noodles at your desk at work pretty often?
When I finally got a good job, I would just eat cup of soup at my desk. Yeah. And finally I was like, fine, I'll let you buy me dinner because I'm starving.
That's what it was. It was that good food. Got you.
Got me 6 years later.
Yeah.
Score. No, but we were very, very broke and we lost everything. And I was trying to explain to him that we are not rich. We come from the same car, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I had the same. I had nothing. Reese had nothing. What you see now is the fruit of our labor.
From the last 6 years.
The last thing to grow on a tree is the fruit. So you really have to just put in the time and work and make it fucking happen. As real as I can put it.
Well, I mean, you reassured him that we didn't need anything from him. Nothing was required. Call. No monetary support. Yeah. You know, you didn't have to buy Micah anything. She's happy enough. Just be there consistently. Your time and your consistency with that time was the most important thing.
Right. Kids won't remember what you bought them.
Yeah.
But they're going to remember the good times, laughing and playing and joking, and that their dad was there when he said he would be there.
Yeah. Even if he came up here, you know, sponsored by you.
All expense paid.
Yeah, he could just take her to the park. You know, we could just go to the park.
Yeah.
You know,
she would be so happy.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything. You know, it doesn't require him to be, you know.
I understand as a man why that bothers him.
I'm sure.
You know, he doesn't want me to pay for everything and he doesn't want to come up here and not be able to buy his kid gifts because he closely associates love with money. And that is just flawed thinking. But you know.
But he's been doing that for a long time, so it's hard to change that.
Yeah.
So
I wish nothing but the best for him. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to watch this video, which makes it a little bit more uncomfortable to discuss online.
It's a little tough, yep.
But it's nothing that I wouldn't say to his face. It's something that he doesn't already know how I feel because I think he really does. You know, I am anything but shy, and I will tell you how I feel. I will tell you my opinion. In this situation, even when it's not asked for, because my baby's heart matters. Micah is so important to me, and I do not want to see her get hurt. With that being said, since he has not called in a month, Micah has not even asked for him to call.
She hasn't.
I think she's very content and very happy right now, and I'm so grateful for you.
That's one thing that I have to say. I was surprised. As excited as she was when it was going on, as quickly as it died off, Micah's very, very resilient. Yeah. She is, and she hasn't asked. She got past it pretty quick. Mm-hmm. So, and I think, you know, how things may go, you know, one way or the other from now on, I think it's going to be very hard, knowing Micah and her personality, to establish and rebuild any trust that might have been started on that side, you know, for him. I mean, I know how she is, and, you know, if Micah has a bad experience going down the slide, it's going to take her a few months to work her way back up to going down that slide again.
She still hasn't ridden a bike.
Yeah, she
fell one time 3 years ago on a bike.
So it's really important, you know, with her to establish trust, consistency, stability. Yeah. Those are the things that she values the most. Except she's not worried about if we're buying her toys or anything else like that. All she really requires is attention and for us to be there. And other than that, she's pretty happy.
I'm smiling because you're talking about Micah, but you guys, she's literally me. I'm hearing you describe Micah and you're describing me, you know? And that's what's so frustrating as a mom when you have a child that is literally exactly like you. Mom life is tough. But yeah, that's where we're at. I think I'm gonna have to be a little, I don't know what I would do if he called today. I don't know how we would approach that.
Probably gonna have to think about that.
Yeah, you can't, she's not a sweater that you're borrowing. She is my kid. You can't just call when you feel like it a month apart.
Yeah, you're not just returning a CD. Yeah. For those of you that remember what CDs are.
I remember the giant book. It flips right to your favorite song. Now we can just yell at Alexa. Yeah. It's nothing to do with anything, but yeah, it's difficult to see him just not call for 30 days, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think, you know, people let you down. They do. You have to be prepared for that. And it's hard to tell a 7-year-old that, you know what I mean? We couldn't prepare her for how we thought this might go. we just kind of had to come into it with a, the old open heart and an open mind, the intro to your video, and hope that maybe it worked out and she didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
I think really, if it comes down to it, I would just repeat the process. If you had to ask me, I would let her, I'd put the ball in her court. And if she said no, then it's no.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't regret the way that I don't regret the way that we handled it.
No.
He showed who he is.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Showed where his priorities were.
Right.
And that's okay. If his priorities are elsewhere, that's his choice. It's his prerogative.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm so grateful for you because she has an amazing dad.
Yeah. She's going to be fine. If his priorities are elsewhere, Michael will be okay.
We got this, girl.
Yeah,
we got
good.
this. So that's the update. I wish it was a happy one. I wish I could tell you guys that we're co-parenting and things are great. But they're not.
It's not the reality of it.
No, we're just kind of back to the same. It's just the same as it used to be,
So, yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
I guess that's it, you guys. I will keep you updated. But for now, I know a lot of you are asking, so I just wanted to throw this quick little update on where we're at today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know how to end it. I feel really uncomfortable talking about it.
This one's kind of hard to wrap. Somebody just kind of needs to say,
peace out.
Yeah.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.